Have you seen Star Wars?
So we now have two interesting bits of Mandalorian news to talk about today. We not only have the Season 2 episode writers, 1 through 8, all 8 episodes now have their official writers that we at least know about in the order that they're coming in, but we also have the official announcements and confirmation that Rosario Dawson, who will be playing Ahsoka Tano, and Timothy Olyphant, who will be playing Cobb Vanth from the Aftermath trilogy, will be in Season 2. This was heavily hinted at, rumored over the past, year now? Maybe basically all year of 2020, but now we officially know that they will be making their appearances in Season 2, just like Tamara Morrison as Boba Fett in Season 2 as well. I think that was confirmed a week or two ago by his talent agency. So now we have 3 cameos that are 100% happening. We have Cobb Vanth, we have Ahsoka Tano, and we have Boba Fett, or maybe even Rex, whichever one that Tamara Morrison is playing. I'm leaning more towards Boba Fett, but it looks like Rex is also a character he is going to be playing. But now onto the Season 2 writers for each episode. It's very similar to Season 1. Season 1, we had episodes 1 through 4 were all written by Jon Favreau, and this is very similar, where episodes 1 through 4 are written by Jon Favreau, except he's going to be directing the premiere episode of the season, episode 1, I think it's going to be, chapter 9, and then in chapter 5 and episode 5, like this one, we have Dave Filoni, who is going to be writing episode 5 and directing episode 5 as well, in my humble opinion. I also think this means that Ahsoka Tano will be making her live-action debut in Episode 5 of Season 2, mainly because that's kind of Dave Filoni's baby. In a sense, he is the reason she was in Star Wars Rebels. He was there with her from the beginning of the Clone Wars all the way up to the end with Season 7. It just makes sense that if he is writing and directing one of the episodes for Season 2, the one that he would be writing and directing would likely be the one that Ahsoka makes her big appearance in, because he has that connection with her. He knows the character more than anybody, and he's likely the one who dictates how her story is going to go and kind of what her involvement will be for Season 2. And I'm pretty confident Jon Favreau has some say in how the story is going to play out, mainly when it comes to The Mandalorian and kind of how to tie her in to live action. We also have Rick Famuyiwa, who will be writing Episode 7, and I think they're doing exactly what they did with him in Season 1, where he directed 2 episodes, but he was the co-writer on one of the episodes that he directed. I think they're going to do the same thing, where Episode 7, he's likely going to be the director and the writer, and I think that speaks to the amount of trust that Jon Favreau and the people over there at Lucasfilm have for people like Dave Filoni and Rick Famuyiwa. And I really liked Rick's episodes. He did Chapter 2, and I think it was Chapter 6? Of Season 1, and both of those were kind of not big overarching stories, but small little side stories that were just kind of fun and very interesting. And I liked both of them, because one of them was about them breaking someone out of prison, and that was a very easy but action adventure kind of episode. And same with episode 2 or chapter 2, whatever we want to call it. It was the one where he basically, the Mandalorian basically dealt with the Jawas and finding that egg, and it was called The Child, and that's where he really found out the child had the Force and everything. And I thought that was a very good and touching episode, and very Star Wars-like, and just simple, fun adventure. So I think we're going to have a similar situation with Episode 7, where it may be what some would consider a filler episode, not something major where it has to do with the big overarching story of The Mandalorian and what's going to happen for the future of the series, but just kind of maybe a little bit of a filler episode with kind of a cliffhanger at the end. And it wouldn't surprise me if Jon Favreau left the Boba Fett and Cobb Vanth arc up to Rick Famuyiwa. I really wonder who is going to be in charge of the writing and directing for the Boba Fett and maybe Rex and Bo-Katan, Sabine, Ahsoka storyline, because there's so many rumored cameos. You can't just have Dave Filoni be the one to take care of all of it in Episode 5 of Season 2. I think they're going to spread it out so they don't overwhelm us in one episode, but I also don't think they want to have every single episode just about cameos. So I would imagine the Boba Fett arc is one episode, and same with the Ahsoka Tano cameo, it may just be a one episode thing. So I personally really do think that Episode 5, the one that's going to be written and directed by Dave Filoni, it's not confirmed that it's directed, but he's writing it, so I imagine he would be directing it as well. I think that's one is going to deal with the Ahsoka Tano arc, and I think I don't think the Rick Famuyiwa one is going to be with Boba Fett. I just can't see that happening. I would be surprised, and kind of pleasantly surprised, if Jon Favreau was the one who wrote and directed the Boba Fett one, with Episode 1 probably being that one, because he's confirmed to direct the season premiere. The first episode of Season 2 is going to be written and directed by Jon Favreau, and I think it would be interesting to have that one be right out the gate about Boba Fett. I think that would catch a lot of people's attention for Mandalorian Season 2. There's already a lot of hype for this season. There's already a lot of talk about this between casual audiences and just the Star Wars fandom in general, and there hasn't been too much marketing for it either. But I think now that we have this kind of accidental confirmation from one of the Disney Plus accounts, one of the foreigner ones. I don't know if it was the Netherlands or maybe one that's Dutch, I just can't remember, but one of them came out and did say that Rosario Dawson and Timothy Olyphant are confirmed to be casted for Season 2, and all the speculation and rumors and leaks that were coming out were saying that Rosario Dawson is playing Ahsoka Tano and that Timothy Olyphant is playing Cobb Vanth. So we're confirmed to have a Ahsoka episode and a Boba Fett episode. Which ones are those? I don't know. I'm betting Dave Filoni's in charge of the Ahsoka arc. Don't know what that's going to entail, how she's going to be involved with the child. If you look at one of the episodes, it looks like they're going to Ilum, and that was turned into Starkiller Base, but this is taking place after Episode 6, so, you know, Luke's Jedi Academy is not a thing in the canon right now, but maybe they go to Ilum and meet Ahsoka, and that's where Baby Yoda learns the Force or something like that. But then there's also that Tatooine episode that we're likely going to have. Is that going to be one that Dave Filoni's in charge of again? That would kind of be disappointing on his part, wouldn't it? Like, both of the episodes he writes and directs in the entire Mandalorian series both take place on Tatooine. Kind of symbolic in one way, but I'd also be a little annoyed. I would want him to spread his wings a little bit and where his stories take place. It'd be disappointing if all of his Mandalorian episodes are literally just Tatooine, because we've done so many episodes and shows. I mean, literally, Tatooine is in every single Star Wars trilogy. It's just getting old at this point, but tell me your thoughts below. What do you guys think about the Season 2 writers? Jon Favreau is writing most of them, basically 6 out of the 8 episodes, and the other 2 are going to be written by Dave Filoni and Rick Famuyiwa. Do you think Dave Filoni's written and directed episode is going to be about Ahsoka, or do you think it's going to be about Boba Fett? And what do you think Rick Famuyiwa's episode is going to be about? And what are you excited for in The Mandalorian Season 2? Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, because it does help out the channel. I'm Star Wars Only. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.